In our busy, bustling world, how well do we really know the people we live right next to? We live in these huge buildings, packed together on crowded streets, yet we often exist in our own little bubbles. We nod politely, maybe offer a quick hello, but we're strangers, passing each other by day after day. It's a strange kind of loneliness, isn't it? To be surrounded by so many people, yet feel completely on your own. But what happens when the very thing that powers our isolated lives, the electricity, suddenly disappears? Imagine this, one ordinary evening, the city hums with its usual rhythm. TVs are on, phones are scrolling, dinners are being microwaved. Then, without warning, everything goes black. A sudden deep silence falls over the neighborhood, broken only by distant sirens. The first reaction is probably annoyance, but then something beautiful begins to happen. In the darkness, a single flicker appears, a small candle placed in a window. Then another and another, until the street is dotted with tiny, warm lights. It's like the neighborhood is waking up for the first time. Out on the street, the shopkeeper who usually just scans your items and says, "Have a nice day," is now pouring hot tea for a small group of strangers huddled by his door. He's sharing stories, laughing with people whose names he never knew. A few doors down, a group of kids, usually glued to their tablets, have gathered on a stoop. One of them is telling a spooky story, their faces illuminated by a single flashlight, their imaginations running wild. They're not just neighbors anymore. They're co-conspirators in an adventure. And then there's the overworked nurse. Every day, she rushes past her elderly neighbor's door, too tired and stressed to do more than nod. But tonight, in the quiet darkness, she sees the old woman sitting alone by her window. For the first time, she stops. She knocks on the door and asks if she's okay. They start talking, sharing stories about their lives, their worries, and their dreams. The walls between apartments seem to melt away. Hidden struggles come to light, but so do quiet acts of kindness. You realize that the person you thought was just the loud guy upstairs is actually a musician who lost his gig, and he's been feeling incredibly alone. You see the family that always keeps to themselves, sharing their last snacks with the kids next door. These aren't just residents sharing a zip code. They are a community held together by invisible threads of empathy that were there all along. Then, just as suddenly as it went out, the power comes back on. The streetlights buzz to life, TVs flicker back on, and the familiar hum of the city returns. People start to retreat back into their homes, back to their normal lives. But something has fundamentally changed. The light is back, but it's a different kind of light now. It's not just illuminating the street, it's illuminating the faces of people you now know. The next morning, the nurse doesn't just rush past her neighbor's door. She stops to say good morning and asks how she slept. The kids who told stories in the dark now play together in the park. The shopkeeper greets his customers by name. The neighborhood is still crowded, the lives are still busy. But it's no longer a collection of strangers. It's a community. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe we don't need a power outage to find this connection. But maybe all we need to do is be the first to light a candle in the darkness. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the human spirit. What's a moment that made you feel connected to your community? Share it in the comments below. See you next time.